What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid music. It's a track that's sort of on the border between a couple different genres. I would say it's sort of acid-techno, it's sort of acid trance, it's sort of hard house. We're listening to a tune by Lab 4. Many people know, one of the more famous duos that goes back to the 90s and trance and techno, and indeed eventually they were sort of making a style that was between a few different genres, which they just put the label on it, hard dance. But yeah, I think they're most famous for their tracks from the 90s, real kind of hard trance, acid trance classics, maybe none more so than Reformation, which was the second version of a track they did. They did a track on Alien Tracks called Formation. I actually don't have that one. But then they made a release a couple years later, I believe it's 96, maybe it's 95, I think it's 95. No, maybe it's 96, but basically it's Reformation. It was the redone version of Formation, and it's just a legendary tune. I know I reacted to it on my old channel. Not sure if I reacted to it on my new channel. If I haven't, I'll definitely go back and do it. But yeah, it's a super famous tune. They eventually did another release on, I think it was back on Alien Tracks again, but it was called Reformation 2. It's a great tune, a bit more hard housey, a bit less hard trancey, but still a fantastic track. But yeah, bottom line, they're famous for their tunes in the 90s. They continued making tracks into the mid-aughties, although eventually a lot of their stuff was digital only, it wasn't on vinyl anymore. And then I want to say it was like 09 or something like that, maybe even 07. They stopped performing as Lab 4. They sort of hung up their turntables and their headphones until one of them, I believe Les, it's Les Elston and Adam Newman, I believe Les in the last couple of years has begun performing under the name again and has begun producing under the name again. He made a track with Sterling Moss called New Eon, a brilliant tune. He put out a new record, I forget what label it's on. So basically Lab 4 is active again, but it's only one of the two guys. Regardless, this is from sort of the middle period for Lab 4, meaning I think this is like 01 or 02. It's a tune from Kinetic Records, or what am I saying, Kinetic Records? Fragile is the record label. I bought this from Kinetic Records. But yeah, it's on the label Fragile, which was eventually used as a sort of an outlet for Lab 4 material. It's a white label. I don't know if there's a regular version of this or if all the versions of this record are actually just white labels, but at the very least mine is a white label. When I first heard this track, it was labeled as The Bitch, and that's the track on the other side. So yeah, I'm here to say that the track is Be My Lover, because that's the vocal that you hear. But yeah, if you look on YouTube, you might find this under the other name. It might be shown under the name The Bitch, but I'm here to tell you, this is Be My Lover. So this is Lab 4, Be My Lover on Fragile. Fragile number 7 is the cat number. And away we go. Well, that's the wrong side, so it lies. Does it say A? Let's see in the run-out groove. Okay. Normally the side with the information is the B side. That's just the way it works. But apparently on this white label, the side with the sticker is the A side. So here we go. Lab 4, Be My Lover, Fragile number 7. And while it's warming up, I'll look up the... This is from 2002. And yes, not only have I reacted to the original Reformation, I reacted to Reformation 2 and the remix of the first Reformation. So they're all on my channel if you're interested. More hard house in the like the mixture of the typical, like, you know, kick hat structure with this crazy, like, snare drumming, which keeps shifting, like, the rhythm. Note that, like, hard synth rhythm. Or thereabouts. Oh, wait a minute. To the end of time, only for a little while? I'm confused. Well, I don't know you.
Would you like to be my lover?
Now the bass line comes in, a lot more energy, but we're waiting on that acid. And here it is. That, like, submarine alarm, whatever it is, it's a crucial element for the rest of the way. It's like party acid. Again, that, like, alarm, it's such a crucial ingredient. Acid is very, like, frenetic and stabby. Like, feel good, like, fun party acid is the way it is. Almost in the acid cricket range, almost. Go up again, what do you know? That's cricket, we're there. Never backing down this soon. But it's the acid and again that alarm riff. The hard synth standing out. mixing out, hopefully by this point you're like fully double dropped, if not leaning into the incoming tune. But that acid, like everything cooling down, still that sort of like side of the snare hit will sound good, layered over the incoming tune. It's like this track is like an acid-techno train, and like it's now coming to a halt at a station. You can finally disembark. Yep, it's a tune. Like I said, I'm not sure it's, you know, thought of in the same breath as a lot of their like really big hits, because it is sort of in their middle period. It's like right at the end of when they were putting tracks on vinyl. Like I think they put their last two like full albums, one of which was like essentially like a double album. I think it's called like None of Us Are Saints or something like that. But it was digital only, so a lot of, you know, I was following Lab 4 very enthusiastically once I got tables, and especially once I started using Discogs in the early 2000s, and I was trying to, you know, catch up on releases that I had known about for a few years but had just never found in a local record shop. So I did flesh out my Lab 4 collection, but I never, it was then when I realized, rather, I should say, that a lot of the stuff that they were putting out around the time when I was trying to catch up on their older stuff was digital only. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but like I said, in the last couple years, one of the guys has come back and he started to make tunes on vinyl again, so shout out to him. But yeah, let me know what you think of the tune. Other than that, I will see you next time. Peace.